Hi, my name is Jordanne, and my family is part of the reverse boomerang trend. In 2016, my little family of three was about to get a whole lot bigger. I was pregnant with my second child, and my mother, Arden, was about to retire. So my husband and I felt like we could really use some help, and so her making the move to live with us was a no-brainer. And just like that, we were 5. 2 years later, my mother-in-law, Donna, moved in too. So we were 6 people under one roof spanning 3 generations. Since then, my mom has relocated to Florida, but my mother-in-law still lives with us, and my father-in-law is moving here soon too. Having a full house with so many opinions can be a little chaotic, but the key to keeping this multi-generational household working is to always have open communication and always lead with love.
I love that. Welcome back. That was a look at our next guest, Jordanne Wells, who's been living out the reverse boomerang phenomenon. Jordanne posted an article about her multi-generational household with her mother. As you heard, they are mother-in-law. And the story has just, had people talking. Jordanne, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. I don't even have to tell you, you saw the audience reaction to that because you just layered on and layered on and layered on.
Yep.
So you purchased your home in 2013 in Cincinnati, 4 bedrooms. At the time, you thought, my family of 3, this is perfect. Imagine you walk in your house like we all have our own bathroom, we all have a room.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you're there with 3 generations in the house.
Yes, that 4-bedroom got real small,
Got real small.
fast.
I think you called it a millennial sandwich.
Yes. Yep, so we were raising our little ones, 2 small kids, and then having the grandparents there. And so it ends up being we're right in the middle where we're taking care of our parents and we're also trying to raise these 2 small people.
So the first person to move in was
was my mom.
Your
yes.
mom.
Mm-hmm.
How did that conversation go?
So we kind of knew that something was going to happen, but like I said, we weren't really sure. And
You're
then,
your mom's twin.
Thank you.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
So when she actually was retiring, I was pregnant with our second baby.
Yeah.
And so we started really thinking, okay, well, she's retiring. What are we going to do? And at this point, we're working the numbers, my husband and I, and we've got daycare bills for the older kid.
Yeah.
We have student loans. We have debt. We have all these things. So the best way that we can check all the boxes for everyone was to have my mother to come and live with us so she could help with the little one when I went back to work.
Yeah.
And then, all of us will just be in this happy house.
And I think that's great because it makes her not feel so often. My mom will say, I don't want to be a burden on anyone,
yes.
right? And you're like, Mom, you're my mom. You are never a burden, and I was never a burden, hopefully, on you.
Yes.
And so you're thinking, all right, great. And then my kids get to be around their grandma.
Absolutely, yes.
Well, yeah, I think that's a fantastic thing.
Yes.
All right, but reality sets in, and your mom comes in, and she starts redecorating.
Yeah, so my mom, living together, we really get to know each other like as grown people
because
now.
It's different, right?
Because it's different.
You were a kid living in her home. Now you're an adult, and she's an adult, even though she's still your mom. 2 adults in the house.
Yeah, so it's
plus
real
your husband.
conversations,
yeah,
plus the husband,
yeah.
right? So we learned so much about each other, and I learned that she loves like thrifting and antiquing and getting all these really stuff, and she's really good at it. She finds amazing things. I don't know how she does it. But then my husband and I would come home, and we were driving up the driveway, and we see like this thing on the front door, and we're looking at each other, and we're like, well, what's that? And, we get out the car, and there's this wreath, and it looks like a funeral wreath. It's like pink and plasticky, and it's like on the front, and she's thinking this is going to be great for spring, and we're like, no. Or we come home and the furniture is all moved around because she has the things that she's bought like displayed now. And
I love your mom. So how did you go about setting boundaries? Because obviously now you're not only setting boundaries for your mom, it's your mother-in-law. So that's a power dynamic I wouldn't want to face.
Well, with the wreath, it was very clear. It's like it's not happening.
Gotta go, Mom.
The wreath's
right.
gotta go. Basement, hide it. With the furniture, we just put everything back where it was.
Yeah.
And we just never said anything.
But did you ever sit down with your mom, and did he sit down with his mom and say, okay, guys, this is how this can work to make everybody happy?
Well, we wanted everybody to feel comfortable. So everyone had their own rooms, and it's like, this is your space. You can do whatever you want. You want to paint, you want to change the sheets, you want to change the pillowcases, have at it. But in the spaces where we're all sharing the community spot,
Right.
we need to have a conversation.
You shared the story and it touched a lot of people because that's the whole point of this show. A lot of folks are facing this conversation. What's the big takeaway?
The big takeaway is kind of working with what you have,
Yeah.
really, and not thinking that it needs to be the should or how it's supposed to look. We have to work with what is going to work for us. And you might not get everything you want out of the situation, but you'll get everything that you need out of the situation.